Good afternoon. This is OGTV News at noon. I am Olayinka Shodunke. Expanded broiler projects to the 20 local government areas and expanded Anchor Boros program to feature cotton, oil palm and cocoa as well as aquaculture revolution will be the highlights of the agricultural sector in Ogun State in the year 2021. Commissioner for Agriculture, Dr. Adeola Odedino, stated this at the Budget 2021 Media Parley. Governor's Office correspondent Tunde Olaniro reports that the education sector is being repositioned for better delivery of qualitative education to its young minds. His reports.
Infrastructure development, social welfare and well-being, education, youth empowerment and agriculture are the pillars of the current administration in Ogun State. While addressing journalists and editors from across the country virtually, Commissioner for Agriculture and his counterparts in the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, Youth and Sports, as well as Chairman of Ogun State Internal Revenue Service, reeled out plans for 2021.
Total revenue that will be required for the 2021 budget is 339 billion, thereabout, and 119 billion is going to come from the internally generated sources. And out of the 119 billion that we are talking about, the Internal Revenue Service alone, that is Ogun State Internal Revenue Service, is expected to deliver 75 billion naira.
Of course, to ensure full accreditation of all programs in the 9 public tertiary institutions and the 8 government colleges, government science and technical colleges.
Then in the area of job creation, we have a plan to expand the Anchor Boros program to take in more participants. When we came in as government years ago, 50,000 people registered. As at now, we have about 80,000 registrations.
The budget will afford the people of the state the opportunity of enjoying the dividends of democracy.
We actually have what we call the Ogun State Education Revitalization Agenda, which is anchored on 6 pillars of the curriculum design, school management, revenue and funding, and also on technology integration, infrastructure, and teacher and student welfare.
The good news is that we have budgetary provision to extend the broiler project to all the 20 local government areas of the state. We also want to move into Anchor Boros for cotton, oil palm, and cocoa in 2021. And the government already allocated 10,000 hectares of land for cotton farmer.
What we plan to deliver in 2021. And for us to really deliver the step jump that we are looking forward to achieve, a lot of the things we are going to do is going to ride on the back of automation and digitization. And the key area where we are looking at in terms of the lines or the revenue lines that we are looking more closely into is going to come largely from payee and the work we also call back duty, which is tax audit.
The media parley featured all journalists representing all print and broadcast media in the country, as well as their business editors. Tunde Olaniro, OGTV News.
Now, Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun has promised to support, promote and care for the welfare of persons living with disability in order to make life meaningful as well as make them relevant in society. Represented by his deputy, Engineer Noemot Salako Yedele, at the commemoration of the International Day of Persons Living with Disability at the Arcade Ground, Okemoso, Abeokuta, Prince Abiodun said the welfare of people with disability is one of the major concerns of the present administration. He said disability could happen to anyone. Therefore, best facilities should be made available for them in order to make life worth living.
Make sure that we fulfill these pledges to our people, and in any cases where we may miss out things, I can be sure that you will let the Honorable Commissioner know, and that the government can do its best to support people like as we have planned. For the 2020 year, the theme is very pertinent to the issue of COVID, which is what is most germane across the world right now. The theme is building back better towards an inclusive, accessible, and sustainable post-COVID-19 world by, for, and with persons with disabilities.
In her address, the commissioner in the ministry, Mrs. Fumi Efuakwe, said the celebration of the day was to promote full and equal participation of persons with disability in every aspect of political, social, economic, and cultural life. She further noted that the theme for this year's celebration, Building Back Better Towards a Disability Inclusive, Accessible, and Sustainable Post-COVID-19 World, had been carefully selected to emphasize on the importance of strengthening the collective effort for universal access to essential services, as it is also reflecting in the growing understanding that disability is part of the human condition. In their separate goodwill messages, the chairman, Disability Clusters, Mr. Olushola Phillips, Olutomi Adeosun, Michael Ndidi, and Mrs. Kemi Oyebola appreciated the present administration for remembering them, calling on government to come to their aid on the issue of employment into the civil service, treatment of some of their members who were on physiotherapy treatment, not forgetting the difficulties faced by some of their members while using major roads. Some of the items given were 12 wheelchairs, 15 white canes and crutches, 5 chest freezers and food items. Moving on, as the government intensifies efforts to double the capacity of Ogun State in providing the people of Abeokuta with potable water, the people have been asked to be patient with the government. Special advisor to Ogun State Governor on water supply, Engineer Kunle Otun, gave this assurance while inspecting the repair work being carried on the Ogun State Water Corporation Dam in Ogun River, Abeokuta. Matthew Showme completes the report.
It is a case of a stitch in time saves 9 here in Ogun State Water Corporation Dam as the government embarks on major rehabilitation work to ensure the dam is safe from imminent total collapse.
The issue of lack of access to the government water supply has been a major source of concern to the people of Abeokuta in recent times, with many demanding to know the reason for the hardship being faced to get potable water. They have had to endure the hardship of going far distance to get this essential item and take care of their immediate needs. This visit by a delegation from the Ogun State Water Corporation, led by the special advisor to the governor on water supply, Engineer Kunle Otun, to the major rehabilitation work being carried out by the Ogun State government on the river Ogun Dam, which is a collection point of the water being supplied to the people of Abeokuta, is to provide answers to some of these questions being asked by the people.
With the population that we have now and the kind of water infrastructure that we have, we need to match the two. We have very huge population, but our water infrastructure could not support it. So we need to go down to the trenches and ensure that we're able to do that. In doing so, we made a dam that will not retain enough water. So we need to, first of all, focus on that. And the good thing is that we have a contractor that has the capability to be able to do that. The plan that we have for our water infrastructure in Ogun State now, here in Abeokuta, is that we are moving from 82 million liters per day to 162. For us to be able to do that, we need enough volume of water. And that can only be retained if we are able to replace all of the dam gates. We have 5 dam gates. All the 5 are bad.
Engineer Otun said the government is out to reposition water supply in the state by doing a total overhauling of the water system to serve the need of the generality of the people, as he appealed to the people to play their role by paying their water bill promptly.
Government has put money to rehabilitate the dam. Government is putting money to ensure that the treatment plant is expanded. The government is putting money to make sure that we put this reticulation to all our homes. Having done that, for just the treatment of this water to take place is a going concern. We will need our people to support us by paying the water rate.
General Manager of Ogun State Water Corporation, Oluseye Maku, said the repair work is long overdue and enjoins the people to endure the pains they will have to go through now as the government carries out the repair work.
This dam was commissioned in 1962, and it's a steel gate dam, and over the years it has actually corroded, so we have lost the function that the dam was supposed to do. And people may not know in town, but during this dry season, the impact is much. There is not enough water for us to treat at the treatment plant. And I think we lost one in 2011, and another one we lost in 2015.
They are sure that water will get to every home within the city upon the completion of the major work being carried out by the government. Matthew Shomi, OGTV News.
The current administration in Ogun State is a media-friendly government that is ever ready to do everything humanly possible to support the state television, OGTV, towards competing favorably with other notable TV stations in Nigeria and in the west coast of Africa. The State Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Alhaji Wahid Odushile, dropped this hint during the 2020 OGTV Annual General Meeting and End of the Year Get-Together held at the Broadcasting House at Ajebo Road, Abeokuta. Benga Dekoya reports.
The annual OGTV General Meeting and End of the Year Get-Together for the year 2020 took a new dimension as Longest Service Award was introduced, with 5 outstanding longest serving staff who joined the services of the People's Tele in the year 1989, getting the reward for loyalty and dedication to duty. They are Mrs. Dayo Lennox-Taylor from the Finance Department, Joseph Adeboye from the News and Current Affairs Division, Bayo Tawoshe from the Programs Directorate, Karim Oke, Engineering Department, and the current General Manager of the station, Mr. Festus Kennedy. The General Manager, Ogun State Television OGTV, Mr. Festus Kennedy, gave glory to God for scaling through the year 2020, despite the lockdown, as the station was able to design COVID-19 friendly program to generate more revenue, while thanking the state government, the board members, and governor for their support throughout the year.
Last year, also in spite of the problem, the Excellency Abiodun finally, after so many years of fasting, even the previous government, gave us a gift also.
The Chairman, Board of Directors, OGTV, Comrade Tunde Oladunjoye, while congratulating the awardees, said staff welfareism is the most paramount in the heart of the present board.
We need to really motivate our staff and also be realistic with what the market trend is. I want to commend the management for putting this together. I want to say that it's not going to be a waste, because people have been motivated, people have been encouraged, and other people are going to be inspired.
The State Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Alhaji Wahid Odushile, charged the awardees to see it as a clarion call for them to do more.
So when you are saying public, I'm not just talking about it. It's not about us and them. The government is part of the society. So we are serving the society. It's also in order to serve the government. What is left for you as professionals is how to balance and manage both demands. As a government, we want to look at what we want to do, and the society also wants to look at their own demands.
Some outstanding members of staff who have done creditably well in the outgone year were also recognized from the Administrative Directorate, the News and Current Affairs Division, Program Directorate, Engineering Department, Marketing and Finance Departments. The jointly shared General Manager Award goes to Mr. Tunde Olaniran of the News and Current Affairs Division and Adesoji Bangboye of the Engineering Department, while Mr. Biodun Alabi received the Board Chairman's Award.
The management of the station led by Professor Kennedy for the uniqueness of this year's award. This is one big award that I wasn't really expecting. And I'm sure other people too that got awards today were not really expecting. This is something I'm going to hand.
The meeting provided an opportunity for members of staff to rub minds with the management staff on the way forward after assessing the previous year. Benga Adekoya, OGTV News.
Now to the foreign scene. Republicans in the U.S. Senate are asking Democrats to delay the start of former President Donald Trump's impeachment trial until February. They argue this will give Mr. Trump time to prepare for a defense. He is accused of inciting insurrection after supporters of his stormed the U.S. Capitol this month. House of Representatives Democrats are ready to hand the charge to the Senate. Mr. Trump flew to Florida as his term ended on Wednesday, skipping his successor Joe Biden's inauguration. In sports, Liverpool's 68-game unbeaten home run in the Premier League came to an end as Ashley Barnes fired in a late winner from the penalty spot to secure a famous victory for Burnley. Barnes was tripped in the box by goalkeeper Alisson with the 7 minutes remaining and converted the sports kick as Burnley's won at Anfield for the first time since 1974. Liverpool's last league loss on their own ground came nearly 4 years ago against Crystal Palace in April 2017, and they are now 6 points behind leaders Manchester United at the midway point in the campaign. After 19 games, Liverpool are out of the form and out of confidence, failing to find the net in their last 444 minutes of the top flight action and awaiting their first league victory of 2021. And to end the news at noon, success usually comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it. Don't forget that you can now watch us live on these platforms: Apple, Roku, Windows, BlackBerry, Facebook, and Android devices. You can also watch us on our website, www.ogtv.com.ng/live. And that's it on our news at noon. Join us again by 2 p.m. for more news updates. Have a good afternoon.
Ẹ káàsán, ẹ sì kú iṣẹ́ òní. Ìròyìn wá fún ti ọ̀sán òní la mú wá fún yín láti iléeṣẹ́ tẹlifíṣàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn nílùú Abẹ́òkúta. Fọlá Adésínà Green ni oníròyìn yín. Ṣíṣe àmúgbòrò iṣẹ́ ọ̀sìn adìyẹ àbọ́pa sí àwọn ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ ogún tí ó wà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn àti ṣíṣe àmúgbòrò ìlànà iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ aláràpọ̀ èrè oko kan tí wọ́n pè ní Anchor Borrowers Program ni wọn yóò mú ọ̀gbìn òwú, ọ̀pẹ àti kòkó sínú rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ọ̀sìn ẹja gẹ́gẹ́ bí ohun tí iléeṣẹ́ elétò àgbẹ̀ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn yóò tún mú ní ọ̀kúnkúndùn lọ́dún 2021. Alábòjútó fún iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ nípínlẹ̀ yìí, Ọ̀mọ̀wé Adéọlá Ọ̀dẹ́dínà ló tọ́ka ọ̀rọ̀ náà níbi ìfikùnlukùn pẹ̀lú àwọn akọ̀ròyìn lórí ètò ìṣúná ọdún 2021. Akọ̀ròyìn wa lọ́fíìsì gómìnà Yẹtúndé Ọlánìràn padà jábọ̀ wípé ẹ̀ka ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ni àtúnṣe tún dé bá kí ó bá lè ṣe ojúṣe rẹ̀ bí ó ti yẹ. Ẹ gbọ́ síwájú lẹ́nu ọdún Ayọ̀ Ògúnládé.
Àkànṣe, ìgbáyégbádùn, ètò ẹ̀kọ́, gbígbágbára wọ àwọn ọ̀dọ́, iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ àti ètò ààbò tó péye ní ọ̀pákùtẹ̀lẹ̀ ìṣèjọba tó wà lóde báyìí ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ló jẹyọ nígbà tí àwọn alábòjútó fún ètò ọ̀gbìn, ètò ẹ̀kọ́, ọ̀dọ́ àti eré ìdárayá ní ìpínlẹ̀ yìí títí fi dórí alága tó ń rí sí ìpawówọlé lábẹ́lé ní ìpínlẹ̀ yìí bá àwọn akọ̀ròyìn sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ọ̀nà àti àbá fọ́dún 2021. Wọ́n ṣàlàyé pé ètò ìṣúná ọdún yìí yóò fún àwọn ènìyàn ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn láǹfààní láti jẹ mùdùnmúdùn ìṣèjọba àwa ara wa. Gbogbo àwọn oníròyìn lẹ́kajẹ̀ka ló péjú pésẹ̀ síbi ètò náà, látòrí àwọn atẹ̀wé ìròyìn títí fi dórí àwọn iléeṣẹ́ tẹlifíṣàn tí kò sì yọ àwọn rédíò náà sílẹ̀ jákèjádò ilẹ̀ yìí títí fi dórí àwọn olókoòwò.
gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn Ọmọọba Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún ti ṣèlérí àtìlẹ́yìn àgbéga àti ìtọ́jú fún àwọn àkàndá ẹ̀dá láti lè jẹ́ kí ìgbésí ayé wọn rọrùn kí àwọn pàápàá sì lè kó ipa tí ó jọjú láwùjọ. ẹni tí igbákejì rẹ̀ onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ Naimot Salako Oyèdélé ṣojú fún níbi ayẹyẹ tí ó ń sàmì àyájọ́ àwọn àkàndá ẹ̀dá lágbàáyé tí ó wáyé ní gbàgede ọmọ ìrántí àwọn ológun lókè mọ́sàn nílùú Abẹ́òkúta, Ọmọọba Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún ní ọ̀rọ̀ ìgbáyégbádùn àwọn àkàndá ẹ̀dá jẹ́ ìgbìmọ̀ ìṣàkóso tí ó wà lórí àlééfà báyìí lógún lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ó ti sọ, kò sẹ́ni tí kò lè di àkàndá ẹ̀dá, nítorí náà àwọn ohun èlò tí ó tọ́ tí ó sì yẹ gbọ́dọ̀ ti wà nílẹ̀ láwùjọ. Nínú ọ̀rọ̀ tirẹ̀, alábòójútó ní ilé-iṣẹ́ náà, arábìnrin Fúnmi Èfùwàpẹ́, ní ayẹyẹ àyájọ́ náà wáyé láti lè polongo lórí ṣíṣe ohun tí ó tọ́ tí ó sì yẹ fún àwọn àkàndá ẹ̀dá yálà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ òṣèlú, ohun amúlùúdùn àti ètò ọrọ̀ ajé pẹ̀lú ìwàláàyè bí ó ti tọ́. Ó tún ṣàlàyé wípé àkórí àyájọ́ náà lọ́dún yìí ni wọ́n yàn láti tọ́ka wípé ojúṣe gbogbo èèyàn ìlú ni àgbéró àwùjọ wa jẹ́. Nínú ọ̀rọ̀ wọn lọ́tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀, àwọn alága ẹgbẹ́ àwọn àkàndá ẹ̀dá Olúṣọlá Phillips, Olútómi Adéọ̀ṣun, Michael Ndidi àti arábìnrin Kẹ́mi Oyèbọ́lá dúpẹ́ púpọ̀ lọ́wọ́ ìgbìmọ̀ ìṣàkóso tí ó wà lórí àlééfà báyìí ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn fún bí ó ti ń rántí wọn. Ó sì tún ké sí ìjọba wípé kí ó ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìgbanisíṣẹ́ ọba, pípèsè ìlera èyí tí ó yẹ, àti wípé kí ìjọba má ṣe gbàgbé ìpèníjà tí ó ń kojú àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ náà nígbà tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ sọdá láwọn ojú òpópónà ńláńlá gbogbo. Lára àwọn ohun tí wọ́n pín fún àwọn àkàndá ẹ̀dá náà ni àwọn àga tí wọ́n fi ń rìn, igi tí wọ́n fi ń rìn, ẹ̀rọ èyí tí ó mú nǹkan tutù yẹn freezers àti àwọn ohun jíjẹ. Bí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn ti ń ṣe akitiyan lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ láti pèsè omi tí ó mọ́ gara fún àwọn èèyàn ìlú Abẹ́òkúta, àrọwà ti lọ sọ́dọ̀ àwọn èèyàn ìlú láti ṣe sùúrù púpọ̀ pẹ̀lú ìjọba. Olùdámọ̀ràn pàtàkì sí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìpèsè omi tí ó mọ́ gara, onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ Kúnlé Ọ̀tún, ló sọ̀rọ̀ ìdánilójú náà lásìkò ìrìn àjò àbẹ̀wò tí ó ṣe lọ sí àwọn ibi tí iṣẹ́ àtúnṣe ti ń wáyé níbi adágún odò àjọ olómi ìpínlẹ̀ yìí ní odò Ògùn nílùú Abẹ́òkúta. Matthew Ṣówùnmí ló tẹ̀lé wọn lẹ́nu ìrìn àjò náà. Ẹ̀gbọ́n tó mú bọ̀ síwájú sí i.
àìsí omi ẹ̀rọ tó mọ́ gara tó bó ti yẹ láwùjọ ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn ló ń jẹ́ ẹ̀dùn ọkàn fún àwọn olùgbé ìlú Abẹ́òkúta ní ẹnu lọ́lọ́ yìí, pẹ̀lú bí wọ́n ti ń béèrè fún ọ̀nà láti mú ẹ̀dínkù bá ìpèníjà tó ń kojú ọ̀rọ̀ ìpèsè omi ẹ̀rọ tó mọ́ gara náà. Wọ́n ní láti ìgbà yìí wá ni wọ́n ti ń fi ara da ọ̀nà jíjìn èyí tí wọ́n ti ń rí omi èyí tó mọ́ gara, tí omi sì ṣe pàtàkì fún ìwàláàyè ọmọ ẹ̀dá. Èyí ló ṣe atọ́nà ìrìn àjò àbẹ̀wò àjọ olómi ìpínlẹ̀ yìí, èyí tí olùdámọ̀ràn pàtàkì sí gómìnà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìpèsè omi onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ Kúnlé Ọ̀tún léwájú fún sí àwọn ibùdó tí àwọn àtúnṣe ti ń wáyé lórí àwọn ọ̀pá omi èyí tí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn ṣe, àti lórí adágún odò tí àjọ olómi náà ń lò tó sì wà ní agbègbè odò Ògùn, èyí tó jẹ́ ibùdó tí omi ń rogún sí kí ó tó di wípé wọ́n ṣe àwọn ohun tó tọ́ tó yẹ sí i kí wọ́n tó gbé e káàkiri àwọn ibi tí àwọn èèyàn ìlú yóò ti lò ó. Ẹ̀wẹ̀, onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ Ọ̀tún ni ó tún ṣàlàyé wípé ìjọba ni ó ń gbé ìgbésẹ̀ láti mú àtúntò tó yẹ bá ọ̀rọ̀ ìpèsè omi láwùjọ ìpínlẹ̀ yìí nípa ṣíṣe àtúnṣe sí gbogbo àwọn ọ̀pá omi èyí tó ti bàjẹ́. Ó wá pàrọwà sí àwọn èèyàn ìlú wípé kí wọ́n túbọ̀ ní sùúrù pẹ̀lú ìjọba àti wípé káwọn pàápàá ó ṣe ojúṣe wọn nípa sísan owó omi tí wọ́n ń lò lásìkò.
Àwọn èèyàn wa ń takọ̀dé máa bẹ̀ wọ́n ní pé kán jọ tí omi bá ti ń dé, omi mímu tí ò ní fún wa ní àìsàn tó máa lè fún wa ní àlàáfíà, owó chékélé tá a máa ní kán máa san lórí ẹ̀, owó yẹn a máa mú padà sínú ilé ẹ̀rọ ni láti lè fi ra tó ń pè ní kẹ́míkà, sanwó iná, sanwó òṣìṣẹ́ láti lè jẹ́ kí iṣẹ́ yẹn máa lọ, kómi lè máa wá sí ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn aráàlú lóòrèkóòrè.
Ọ̀gá àgbà ní àjọ olómi ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn Olúṣèyẹ Mákù ṣàlàyé wípé iṣẹ́ àtúnṣe náà ni ó jẹ́ pé ó yẹ kó ti wáyé láti ìgbà pípẹ́, bẹ́ẹ̀ ló sì rọ àwọn èèyàn ìlú láti faradà fún ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ yìí nítorí wípé iṣẹ́ àtúnṣe náà èyí tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́ nígbà tí iṣẹ́ bá parí lórí rẹ̀ yóò jẹ́ kí ìpèsè omi ó lè wà láwùjọ.
I lose gate kan 2011 àtúnṣe kan ní 2015 láàrin gate márùn so àwọn gate mẹ́ta tó kù kò síṣẹ́ tó lè ṣe so ní gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ṣe rò pé tá a bá ní pàdánù the long run ó máa bẹ́tà ká ṣiṣẹ́ yìí nísìn.
wọ́n wá mú un dá wọn lójú wípé omi yóò dé gbogbo ojúlé láwùjọ ìlú Abẹ́òkúta nígbà tí iṣẹ́ bá parí lórí àtúnṣe ọ̀pá omi náà èyí tíjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn ń ṣe lọ́wọ́.
ní ara kí a tún máa lọ lórí ìròyìn wa fún ti ọ̀sán òní àwọn akíkanjú tó ń ṣe akitiyan lórí ìdáwọ́lé wọn nìkan ló ń ṣe àṣeyọrí nítorí náà ẹ má ṣe jẹ́ kí a ya aláìníkànṣe tó ń ṣe àwáwí asán dípò gbígbé ìgbésẹ̀ akin sójú ọ̀nà àṣeyọrí yóò ṣeṣe o kò ní jù báyìí lọ fún ìròyìn wa tọ̀sán òní láti lè ṣe OGTV nílùú Abẹ́òkúta ìpàdé tún dorí àwọn ìròyìn wa tó kù lónìí lédè Yorùbá ǹjẹ́ títí ìgbà náà tá a máa fi pàdé ẹ̀ máa yá ṣe o.